So, quarter-final action, all games underway, and this game between Clint and Liam White. Two players that we haven't seen a massive amount of on this main arena table. Should be a good game though. Liam's been on fire this weekend. This young man is on some form at the moment. He looked to be staring down the barrel of defeat, 9-8 down against Phil Harrison. But a mistake in the penultimate frame from Phil and a missed ball meant that Liam made a really nice clearance and then showed a lot of class and a lot of bottle to clear up the final frame, and he won 11-10. There's been some great matchups today, some really good action. All four of these games currently underway, all four of them are being streamed. Clint against Liam White, John McAllister against Carl Boys over on table 3, Tom Cousins against Shane Thompson on table 4, Adam Davis against Declan Brennan over on table 11. Those are the 4 streamed matches. Those are the 8 players that remain in this event. And this guy's cue ball control is just superb. I think he's got just enough room now to be able to screw back past the yellow. He did. And he's left a nice angle here. Maybe just a tiny bit straight, but he'll be absolutely fine. He's got enough there to punch it in. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball. Tom Cousins has taken the early frame against Shane Thompson. He's 1-0 up. I think he'll just be dropping this in and drifting across where you see just the bottom of that white line. Somewhere around about that would be his target point. He may come back across table and play it into the same pocket, but I think he's just going to drop it and then play this to middle. Could have just come probably a few inches further to make it a tiny bit easier, but even so, it's a very makeable shot for the young man. And oh, top knuckle. And that's why I say he could have just done with that few inches more just to leave himself the straight one to middle. And these these early frames are very important. The only thing that baffles me about Liam White is the fact he's wearing a jumper because it's warm, it's humid. And he's sat there with a jumper and a shirt on. That's nice. Controlled it well. You can just drop this through for the yellow in the opposite bag. He could also, if he wishes to, punch it and stand across for the yellow in the same pocket. I think he'll probably just drop it in. So again, we're live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Darren Mack asking how this superfine cloth compares with the Hainsworth match. For me, I think it's actually very similar. Be interesting to get the players' opinions of how it plays compared to the match. But I've played on both, and yeah, I really think this is quite a similar cloth in texture. It's got the same kind of nap. The match, if you run your hand across it, is almost it's almost like a tiny bristle, isn't it? If you rub against the nap, it's not like that soft that you get from like say a number 10, or sorry, is it the number 9? Which is the number 10? Yeah, the snooker cloth that they used in the early series. That's a much sort of softer nap. But this is equally as fast and reactive as the match. I guess the Hainsworth Precision is just a slightly faster cloth again. It is a hard wearing cloth. They do last well. Early honours to Declan Brennan, Carl Boys. Ball's gone flying off the table on that break from Clint. That's very unusual. You don't often see that. It's that means ball in hand anywhere on the table. So as we say, the ball went off the table, but Liam has run out of position here. And can he dig down into this? It's not a touching ball. Can he make the plant to the middle? Yeah, he could, just. And that's not too bad. I think he can cut this yellow to middle, and if he can just navigate that gap between black and red, I think it's fairly natural. There is a lot of traffic to negotiate though. The natural path may be just taking him towards the black, is it? May just be able to squeeze through there. A little flick on the black would also be okay. Yeah, he could. He could. How's his luck? He's played that well. I think he's left a nice angle now just to drift down onto the black. So he ran out of position, but he recovered it well. Yeah, it really is. It's warm in here today, and well, that's not as easy as it could have been. He's hampered queuing in the pocket for this one to middle, and he'll know he's already missed one into this pocket. This one is easier. Oh, just caught the knuckle again, and a little flick on the red could have taken the cue ball towards that corner bag, but he's okay, and he levels things up at one frame each. So we're getting to the business end now. It's great to have you all watching. Again, if you could please like and share the stream from Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you click the notification bell, every time we go live, you will get an email to let you know. So it's always quite handy, because if you're busy doing something, you'll know when to look in when we go live again for the semi-finals. But as I say, any time that you're able to share the stream for us, it's always really helpful, because it gets it out on social media and allows other people to watch it. Tom Cousins 2-1 now against Shane Thompson. Declan Brennan has extended his lead over Adam Davis. Another miss. And a ball that he should be making. And Yellow's done it too bad here. Well, both players sharing mistakes between them. Very potable balls. Left the yellow long for top right. So both players showing some early nerves. But Liam, oh, there's another one you see, and that really is a makeable ball. He would not have missed that against Phil Harrison. He was just playing so well, and you wonder maybe he was just so focused on that that last match with Phil that he's just let his concentration drop for a second. You can do that, can't you? You've just been so zoned in on one match, and you're so relieved to win it. It's like almost like a weight off your shoulders, and he probably, you know, Phil had chances in that match, so Liam will feel like he's almost got a bit of a dog's life, even though he played really, really well. And he needs to regroup, refocus, and start making the balls that he's missed. It's still early doors, but key frames. Now a decent chance for Clint, but he's just got that red above the middle bag on the right-hand side rail. It won't go up inside the yellow, so it's a very, very precarious little cut into the middle bag. So I think he needs to think about developing it. The trouble is, if you develop it from below, you could push it up towards that yellow and just make it a worse situation. I think he's tried to leave an angle on the red to top left where he can punch the red out on the rail. Well, he obviously doesn't feel like he needs to. It does look like it's quite high, doesn't it? This looks like it's tricky. It's funny, if you look at the overhead, it might give you a higher picture, it might give you a different perspective of it. Yeah, even there you see, it just looks a bit different there, doesn't it? It doesn't look quite so difficult. Doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball. I say he didn't need to do anything with the cue ball, but he's hampered by the rail now. That's a nice shot, and a lovely little flick there for Clint, just glancing the red. Any thicker glance and he could have been in trouble, but it came out absolutely perfectly, and simple black now to re-establish that one frame lead, and it's 2 frames to 1. Tom Cousins against Shane Thompson, 2 each. Shane and Tom are good mates, but they definitely won't be good mates on the table. Carl Boys 2-1 up against John McAllister. Declan Brennan now 3-1 against Adam Davis. I saw Brian Halcrow as he left. I think he was beaten by John McAllister, beaten by Adam Davis 11 frames to 4. And Brian had said they were 4s apiece, and he barely got a shot. Adam just played him off the table. He said if he keeps playing like that, he's going to win the event. So it's right there in Adam's favour at the. It's right there in Declan's favour at the moment. But you know Adam will be fighting back. Adam's been deep in so many of these events so far. He's made a final, he's made semis, and now in the quarter. He's becoming a regular fixture in the business end. So Clint, his break is letting him down at the moment. Off the table on the first one, he's gone dry on this one. So Liam back in with another chance. He's had chances in all the frames so far. The bookie, of course, is back with us for this event. Jed Ronan is taking bets in the arena. I can tell you how he priced this one. He had Clint as a 4-6 favourite and Liam even money. The John McAllister Carl Boys game, he had John at 4-7 and Carl at 11-10. Tom Cousins is 2-7 against Shane Thompson 7-4, and Adam Davis at 11-8 against Decky Brennan, who's 1-2. Big shot coming up here. Needs to develop this yellow. Now, does it go to middle? Or can he get past for the one in the bottom corner? Still problems in this frame. I think that yellow is closest to passes into left centre pocket. But the cue ball will be running. I don't think the cue ball passes to the one that's just below the black. What's he queuing for? Maybe he can get past. No, he's going to go. Oh, he could just. He could just. Still not without his problems, though. If he drops the one into middle, he can't see the potting angle for the yellow at the bottom of these two reds. What's your plan here? Hard to see how you continue with this. The yellow below the two reds doesn't double. Little kiss on the red, and he's in behind. As I say, or maybe it actually, yeah, I think it probably did double, didn't it? It's just goes above that red. I thought the red was in the path of the right middle bag, but it's irrelevant now anyway because he's covered it. So there's a bit of a hoolie, bit of a hit and hope, which doesn't come off. And Clint gets another chance. More frames being won. Carl Boys is now 3-1 against John McAllister. Tom Cousins 3-2 against Shane Thompson. Adam Davis has pulled one back and it's now 3-2 to Declan Brennan. So currently just over 700 people watching the 4 streams that we're putting out at the moment. Please do get this stream out there for us. Get it out onto Facebook and onto Twitter. share it on your Facebook pages. Let's see if we can get the numbers up now. This is where the action is going to happen today. He got the ball moving, gave it a chance, but sadly for him, it's gone safe on the left side rail, which doesn't put any pressure on Clint whatsoever. And Clint can now, whereas he may well have tried to play a safety shot there, he could let his backarm go at the double, knowing that he wasn't leaving much. Another one to Clint, and another one that's gone sour for Liam. Liam could easily be 4-0. He's had chances in every frame. Clint's going to be very happy with the way this is shaping up.
Just put 3 more than you had for yours.
3-all with Tom Cousins, Shane Thompson. Shane is really looking dangerous this weekend. But he's playing one of the best in the world in Tom Cousins. He's holding his own. Now Liam finds the ball, finds 2. And how's the layout? Well, it looks fairly good. I say fairly good because he's going to go yellows. And he's got a ball towards the left-hand rail, and there's another yellow just tied up behind the black. I think he's probably just going to pop this to middle and then run across and take the one down the rail now. The yellow just below the black will pass into left centre, so, and he's got a ball to get onto it, the one just below the black spot. So he's done all the hard work. And this is what we were seeing from Liam in that game against Phil, much more clinical. His cue ball was exemplary. Whereas in this one, just missed a couple of pots. Ran out of position a couple of times. But, you see Shane, he's at the table in that 7th frame, so it looks like he's got a very makeable clearance to take the lead. Has a choice. There's only 3 balls left and he's got a choice of all 3 of them. Actually, maybe not 3. I don't think the red passes to left centre. I think he would probably want to get rid of the ball that's closest to this right corner bag, just because there's so much traffic around it. He's on it now, and it does mean that he needs to land on it again. Shouldn't be a problem. Now he's going to take the one to left centre, and he needs to refine that gap. As I say, shouldn't be a problem. The gap is about 6 inches wide, so there's a margin of error, but this could go wrong. And then what's the plan for the black? He needs to develop it. I wonder if he's going to take the one to the corner now and try and develop that black. But again, this could go wrong. Does the black pass the yellow? Surely it doesn't. For the world, it doesn't look like it passes. No, it doesn't. So, this was a case of like all your eggs in one basket, as they say, leaving it to your last ball. He just needs to get it half ball on the left-hand side, and he'll be guaranteed a shot on it. Yeah, perfect little kiss. As I say, just half ball, cannons into the yellow, and that really was delightful. Very nice from Clint. Lovely clearance, and he needed that breaking dish with Liam coming back at him. Now Liam needs to return the favour, and this is the problem, that two-frame lead, and now the pressure is firmly back on Liam, because if he doesn't make a ball off the break or break dish this next one, and Clint gets a chance, he's got a chance to go 3 clear. And look at Shane there, 5-3 up and at the table on another clearance against Tom Cousins. Go on, Shane Thompson. Declan Brennan 4-3 against Adam Davis. Carl Boy's just edging that one against John McAllister, 3-2. And you can see Shane, he's not doing too much wrong at the moment, but it's not simple. He's got the yellow to top left to get onto that black, but you can only play the black long. We'll head back to this table because Liam's just about to break in frame number 7. Now Liam stands, I don't know, not much more than 5'5", 5'6". He's a very small and slight man, but he times a break so well. His break is wonderful, and it just shows you don't need the weight behind it to generate the power. He's got lovely timing. He's almost a little bit unlucky not to come out better than this. Cue ball's in off, is it? Oh, wow. That looked for the world that it was going straight towards the middle of that bag. It caught both knuckles, but I don't think he's got a shot here. I don't think he's got an attacking shot. There's not much in the way of defensive options either. Just glanced, made sure he hit the rail, and that's a decent little shot. It's just a containing shot. Couldn't really do much else there. He hasn't left Clint with anything to go at. He could go cushion first and try and flick this red in to the right, but I don't think he will. That's a tough ask. He's got a nasty little plant, which I think that's what he's going for. No, didn't try and attack from there. Again, just played a little containing shot just to keep Liam at bay. He could see his way through to the long pot. But, he played it with such pace, the pocket spat it out. So one problem, the obvious one, the yellow that's tied next to the red on the left hand side. He could play the one to right corner and play it with side to come across and knock it out. That's exactly what he's done. Wow, didn't he play that well? There was such a fine margin to come above the red. He needed to miss the red by an absolute hair and played at the right pace to flick the yellow, and he has executed that shot with absolute perfection. And Clint's playing well now. So another one to Clint, 5 frames to 2 now. Shane Thompson now 6-3 up against Tom Cousins. Shane was a 7-4 shot to win that. Declan Brennan 5-3 against Adam Davis. Carl Boys and John McAllister tied up at 3s. Just the 4 games, all being streamed. Take your pick which one you want to watch. But we also welcome you to stay right here on the main arena table. To watch this intriguing matchup. Another dry one from Clint brings Liam to the table. So it's Liam White. His nickname is Butte. He's age 30. He's he has 3 children, and he uses a Tony Wilshaw cue. To his credit, he's won the Staffs Open. He's was the England under-21 captain and the England under-18 captain. Started playing pool at age 15, so he's quite a late comer to the game compared to many other players. He used to be a very good footballer. He used to play for Stoke City. He was played for the Stoke City Academy, and when he got released from there, he wanted to try something new. His greatest influence has been his dad, who always encourages him to better himself, both on and off the table. His favourite Q Sports players: Gareth Potts, Lee Kendall and Adam Davis, and you can understand why, because they're all local lads. Liam also. This is his home club. He cites himself as being the world's smallest pool player. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. When asked if he has any other talent, he said his looks and football. The Butte. What a nickname. Clint Ianson, the more recognisable of the two players. You'll know Clint from a regular on the IPA. He's just a year older than Liam, at 31 years of age. His home club and sponsor is Spot On at Nottingham, Sneinton. He uses a master cue. It's got a big tip, fairly big for a pool player. Kamui 9.2 millimeter. He was the #1 ranked professional on the IPA in 2016, and has won a number of those IPA events. Started playing much younger than his opponent, at the age of 7. His dad was a pool player, his dad Jimmy. And his dad used to own an arcade which had 6 pool tables in, and he literally used to live in there. His greatest influence and his inspiration is his dad. And his favourite Q Sports player is Ronnie O'Sullivan. His ambition is to become world champion. Best opponent he's ever played against, Gareth Potts. And he does actually practice occasionally with Gareth. I know at one point they were practice partners for Chinese, because Clint, pretty good Chinese 8-ball player. He's been across to China and played in a few events. And he won a big event quite recently. Where was that? Was that over in South Africa? I think. I want to say it was South Africa. Could be wrong. It was a big prize. He won £12,000. Bit of a game of chess at the moment, this one. Clint pushing that ball over the pocket. Now there is a gap between those two yellows. If Liam could find a way to get over to the right hand side, he could just flick off the first yellow, pop that one over the bag and leave Clint in behind. I think he's still going to play that loss of turn shot, or he's going to try to. I think better for me is somehow try and negotiate that gap. He's going to try and do it off the side. He's going to need to get lucky. Yeah, that's okay. It's a loss of turn shot as long as you contact your own object ball first. So Clint has to play the ball from where it is with no penalty. Not often you see a tactical frame in Supreme Rules. Very, very rare. In fact, I don't know how many frames we've watched here over the weekend, but it's certainly up over 100. And this is the first real tactical affair that we've seen. Which is one of the reasons that I'm a fan of this rule set. It keeps you very, very attacking and aggressive. Clever shot from Liam, just opening up a couple of his bad balls, knowing that Clint's still got that problem down on the right hand side. Again, as I say, a game of chess. Draws a foul and plays a loss of turn shot himself to return the favour. Just going to step away for a minute, just for a bathroom break. I'll be back shortly. Right, sorry about that. And Clint is dominant at the moment in this frame. He knew he could take a liberty there and open up his balls at the top of the table. Liam, with this yellow at the bottom, is causing him a massive headache. He's going to have to find a way to use the rules to his advantage. He's in trouble here. That's a nice shot from Clint. Remember, there's no total fouls in the Supreme rules, so Liam has to hit a cushion after he's made contact with the yellow. So he's going to have to hit this with a bit of pace. Can't just roll up to the ball. And he does so successfully, but he's going to be in another bit of trouble in a minute. Clint tapping the table and saying well done, but he's going to be even more trouble after the next one. He can literally just roll up. And there's some more telling snooker. This one is going to be... oh, there is a gap between. Oh, another flick, but how unlucky is that? How unlucky is that? Now it's ball in hand on anywhere on the table, so Clint can, if he wishes, is he just going to try and develop the black and put Liam in another snooker? That's exactly what he's done. So after a real ding-dong tactical battle, it's nice to see sometimes. As I say, it's quite refreshing. Such an attacking rule set. Very, very rarely you see the players get into that kind of battle, but really interesting, intriguing pool. Nice to see the different aspects. Oh, just held your breath for a second as that cue ball rolled down, whether it was just going to sit on the edge of the yellow. But he's fine. That yellow's looming big behind the black, so he just had to drag that in and make sure that he's left himself the right angle. And it's Clint Jansen who is going to get the better of that fight. And he's now 6-2 ahead. And you feel that, well, it's just a very, very long road back for Liam now. That 4-frame deficit. Clint is playing a very, very measured game. scores from around the arena. John McAllister, Carl Boyce, still nothing between them at 5-all. Shane Thompson is currently 9 frames to 4 up against Tom Cousins. Adam Davis, 6-all against Declan Brennan.
Liam White to break, trailing 6 frames to 2. Time running.
So Liam breaks frame number 9.
That's what I don't like about it. I wish we could stop that somehow.
It's not getting any easier for him. A dry break brings Clint in. That is not what Liam needed at all. Shane Thompson on the hill. He's 10-4 up against Tom Cousins. I don't think this yellow on the inside passes. Sorry, the red on the inside passes the yellow. He's going to have to play. He's telling you there. He's going to have to go cushion first and play it off the back of the yellow. But tough shot. Get it right, and he should be winning the frame. Get it wrong, and he's handing it over. What about that for a shot? Well, he's not happy though. Turned away immediately. Look where he's left the white ball. With the black down the rail. And if he is going to jack up like that, it makes that pot infinitely more difficult. He's going to easy to impart some side onto the cue ball and bend it. He needs to hit absolute centre, otherwise he's going to kick it off. Yeah, played that well. And this is when you expect him to get. These pockets have been playing generously. Actually made that pot into the corner look easy, but it was trickier. No. Just seemed to stab at that a little. Didn't seem to cue particularly well through the ball. Liam's got an opener. He's obviously got balls tied up everywhere though. There's a ball on this near rail, ball on the right hand side rail. These two tied up at the top. If he can find a way to get to the top of the table, he could hide in behind those two yellows and get a telling snooker. Which would give him a little more of a foothold in this frame. Clint's missed, but it's hard to envisage how he is not going to come back to the table here. And straight away, Liam's tried to lay the trap. I think he's hit that too hard. And if Clint can't see it, he can definitely bend it. There's only a little dink. And there you see he's just queuing up. This is simple. Liam needed to be flush on that bottom rail to make it more difficult for Clint. And the lead now looking ominous. There we go, the next event, 20th to the 22nd of September. That's event 4. There are entries available to that. £250. I think it's 250. No, actually it's 300. Tell a lie, it's 300 entries. So £300 will get you a place in that event if you wish to join. Tom is at the table, but he's got a long road. Bookmaker will give you very long odds on Tom winning from here, but don't write him off. He's already come back from 7-1 behind against Sean Chipperfield. Now he's sorry, 6 frames behind to win 7 on the bounce. He needs to win 7 on the bounce here. Carl Boys and John McAllister still at 5 apiece. Declan Brennan 7-6 up against Adam Davis.
Okay, 10th frame. Phil Hansen a break. Leading 7 frames to 2. Time running.
Played a nice shot there to get the cue ball off 2 rails, get himself in a decent position. Now should be playing sailing, just drop this one in, and then he'll be clearing the 3 at the top of the table. Well, I say that, he's let that one run too far. He was looking to pick off those 3 balls in the bulk area, one after another. He may still be able to get through to the right hand one of the 3. He clearly can as he's queuing for it. It's a decent recovery. Still just the wrong side of the one to the right, so he's going to drop in the one to the left. And now he is back in A1. Red to right corner, and red to middle. And he's got a choice. He can drop through, may just be a little bit above. Not sure if he can drop through to play the black in the right corner, or he can probably just drop through to play it in the same pocket as this red. Really just depends on the angle. Yeah. Drop it in and leave this straight black to the same pocket. Knocks one back. Now it's 7-3. That's all he can do, take it 1 frame at a time. Shane was 10-4, now 10-6. Tom likes leaving it late. Declan Brennan now 8-6 against Adam Davis. Shane is currently at the table though, and he's got a decent chance at a clearance.
Frame. Liam White to break, trailing 7 frames to 3. Time running. On the break.
Caught the side of the pack, caught the side of the front ball, meaning the cue ball cannon straight in to that left centre. And he needed that one if he was going to mount any kind of a comeback. But he's pretty much just handed this frame to Clint. Should be 8-3 fairly soon. No mistakes from Clint. And he's going to draw 5 clear again, and he's 3 frames from victory. What's happening over in that Shane Thompson game? He's still at the table, going about his clearance. I think he's on his last red, and it looks like he's left himself a fairly simple black to beat Tom Cousins, knock Tom Cousins out of the tournament, and put himself into the semi-final, which will be the best showing from Shane so far. He's made a quarter before, but not made a semi-final. And he's potted the black, and the players will shake hands. And that's Tom Cousins out at the quarter-final stage.
Frame. Think I answered to break. Leading 8 frames to 3. Time running. Yellow balls in play.
How well has he judged this? It's, could have rolled through another inch or so, but that really is a top shot. I think he played to play it in the middle. He's not happy with it. Just a little bit betwixt and between. Inch higher and he's perfect for the corner. A couple of inches lower and he's perfect for the middle. He did actually play it for the middle, you could see from his expression, but it's okay. Surely he can play that to bottom corner and just stunt back into the red to leave the black. Maybe he feels he can't. No, he must feel that he can't stunt it back into the black, so he's going to play it to the middle, but cue ball's going to be travelling. Yeah, he's played a lovely shot. He's not hampered. He can play to the side of the red. Nice again from Clint. So already through into that semi-final is Shane Thompson with a great victory over Tom Cousins, 11-6. John McAllister is looking the slight favourite at the moment at 7-5. 8-7 is the scoreline between Declan Brennan and Adam Davis. Declan just edging things.
Trailing 9 frames to 3. Time running.
Absolutely goes without saying that this is another key break, and it's another one that's gone dry. And I think the game is up for Liam, barring some kind of miracle.
You're supposed to.
Again, should be fairly straightforward. You can literally just drop this in, dead weight, just roll over an inch to leave this just off straight yellow at the top corner bag, screw back a couple of inches for the yellow in the opposite corner, and stun out for a simple black, and this is going to put Clint Hansen on the hill. Carl Boys has pegged a frame back at 7-6 now to John McAllister. And that is Clint on the hill. He needs one more. Liam White needs a miracle. It was the start that's done for Liam. He literally could have been 4-0. He had chances in all of the first 4 frames, but he found himself 3-1 behind. And had he taken those chances, who knows how this match would have panned out. So Clint has his destiny in his own hands. As I say, he just needs one more. A break dish from him now will do the job. Well, there's a glimmer. There's a glimmer for Liam. I said he needs a miracle. Well, this is how miracles start. As I mentioned a minute ago, all he can do is play one frame at a time. He really is a class player. Who's, as I say, I think it's the hangover from the Phil game. I think he focused so much on that game that, you know, it was almost like a weight off his shoulders getting through that one. And he relaxed afterwards and then never geared up again, because this is a different player you've seen in this match to the one that just beat Phil Harrison. I mean, the fact he's beaten Phil Harrison just shows you what kind of quality he is. He's a future champion. I think that just to the left of the trophy there, I could be mistaken. I think that might be Liam's dad. Could be wrong. Apologies if I am. I know he's here. There you go, the Butte. There's Speed in the blue shirt behind. He's one of the bar staff here. Probably going to leave the yellow in the middle of the, the red in the middle of the yellows until his last ball. He can play that to bottom left and just stun off it and leave himself on the black. Just needs to stay high, which he will do naturally here. Literally just needs to drop this ball in. As I say, just play a stun shot. And people who have mentioned before, well, he just rolled an inch further. Let's hope he's not knuckled. If he sat on the knuckle, no, he's not. He's just off of it. Another eighth of an inch of a roll there. He might have just been sat on the knuckle and in trouble. But you see right there, people talking about the shark rack and the fact that they're desperate to get it off the table. You can play off of it. You can play across it. It's not necessary sometimes to take it off the table. And that's one back for Liam. Slightly lucky there. Nearly lost the cue ball, but even so, he's gone dry. And that break is not fired for him at all. He's dropped out of position here, just got too close to that middle bag and almost risked going in off. And now he's knuckled on the one up the rail. He's going to have to reroute, and I think the only ball he's got is the one to the right hand side of the bolt line. It's a nice pot, but again, he's caused himself some bother. He's cannon the yellow, and the yellow's gone across the face of that red, so he's now going to have to develop that. He is on this red to the left of the black, to bottom left, but he's got no angle to... I don't think he's got an angle. Can he force it across to the... Oh, that's a nice shot. That really is terrific. That was such a small window to play into. I mean, literally, that's so delicate. It's an inch less, and he can't see the potting angle. An inch more, and it's going to be too thin. He's literally landed that on a postage stamp. A little unwanted kiss there, but he's still got a shot. I think he can get past the red in the middle of the three to get to the potting angle of the one at the bottom. I think. Maybe not. He's going to play the top one. The top one clearly goes. Sorry, the top one of those two, the middle one of the three. Wow. He's flicked the red and still gone in. And he's actually landed plumb. can drop this along the bottom rail. Just to trace the left-hand side to come up for the red in the left centre. Used all of the pocket there. And a simple last red and black to see Clint win this and put himself into the semi-final. That's a good performance from Clint. Probably not the best performance from Liam. He didn't push Clint hard enough. But, great stuff from Clint. He will play the winner of Carl Boys and John McAllister. We're going to try and grab Clint for a few words. Adam Davis game still going on. Adam is now 9-8 ahead of Declan Brennan. We'll catch Clint and we'll get him into the interview room in just a minute. So I'm joined now by the first two semi-finalists with Clint and Shane. Clint, I'll come to you first. I think the only way I can describe that is a really solid performance.
Yeah, I think I played well. I feel a bit, I don't know, I don't feel 100% to be honest, but I feel like I played pretty steady there. So
yeah.
Liam struggled a little bit at the start of the game because table plays a little bit different to the ones in the arena. But so luckily he made a couple of mistakes early on and I capitalised on that and built a bit of a lead, and then he never really got back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, having just come off the back of beating Phil, you must have thought to yourself, you know, there's a kid that's in some serious form at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I said when the draw got done and he had Phil, I thought I fancied Liam to beat him, to be honest, because I've been watching him play. He's been playing well. His break is massive. He pots off every break. Yeah, so I knew I was going to have a tough game.
Yeah, yeah. He probably had chances in all first four frames, and he probably could have gone 4-0, but you found yourself 3-1 up, and that was the key then for the rest of the match. He never seemed to get back into it.
Yeah, I think like the first 4 or 5 frames, I think he potted off all his breaks and all mine were dry, so he had first visit every one. He like I said, he struggled at the start, so I managed to get I think 3-1, 3-2, then 4-2, and then he never really settled really.
So next up for you, you're going to play the winner of John McAllister and Carl Boys. Have you played either before? You'll obviously have played John. What's your record like?
Against John? I think it's about 50-50 to be honest. I'm not sure if I've ever played Carl.
Yeah.
I can't remember playing him. Possibly have, but I could, probably played John 6, 7, 8 times. It's probably pretty even.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good game.
Yeah, definitely. Shane, I mean, for yourself, you've just beaten one of the best players in the world, haven't you? On paper, you know, no disrespect, but Tom's a favourite in that one. He was favourite with the bookie, and that's another incredible result.
Yeah, I was happy. I played really well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Broke well. I just felt comfy straight away. I was happy with it. I was really happy.
Yeah. I mean, have you just not given him a chance? And we've obviously not seen the game, so.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in, I didn't miss, but a few of his dry breaks left me easy finishes really. But I think I went 6-2 up, and after that, I think he was kind of gone a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't seem himself after that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was happy to put him under a bit of pressure.
Yeah. Good weekend so far.
Yeah.
Another
I'm
semi-final.
playing well.
Well, deeper run now.
Yeah.
Quarter-final last time, semi-final this time.
Yeah.
One more to go to get to the final.
Yeah, I ain't happy yet.
So you're going to be playing the winner of Adam Davis, Declan Brennan. You'll obviously be very familiar with Adam.
Yeah.
Played him on EPA. What's your record between those two?
I've never actually played Declan.
No.
Never played him. Played Adam a few times. UK Tour. Played him. I think it was the last event here, and won that game. So yeah, I'm happy. Like whoever I get, I'm just happy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a deja vu moment because we had you in just after the last round and we got you in again. Are you two guys going to meet in the final?
Hopefully we'll be back here later on. Yeah.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
It'll be a great final. Look forward to it.
Thanks.
So those two games are still ongoing. Those other two semi-finals still got to be decided. I can tell you that at the moment Carl Boys is 8-7 up against John McAllister, and Adam Davis is now 9-8 up. He's been behind all the way through. He's 9-8 up against Declan Brennan. So on the conclusion of those, we'll be back with the action for the semi-finals. See you soon.